We got India in the house. Yeah, this is live, obviously. You know, this evaporates after when I hit end. It never existed. What are you feeling about this colossal event tomorrow here in New York City? I mean,
yeah. Well, we just came back to New York. We did the first. We shut down New York Times Square by releasing the trailer.
Yes, we did.
And the whole Times Square, which was a game changer.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Oh, that looks amazing.
That's yours.
That's gorgeous.
That's yours.
And then, and now we're about to do the world premiere. The fans are going to be out there. Radio City Music Hall, Times Square, the whole cast of Fast. I know Van is specifically excited because he's from New York with his brother of over 30 years right here. Dave, where you at, Dave?
Come on, Dave.
So we got my man Dave. You know, Dave and Vin used to bounce at clubs together in New York. Clubs like the Tunnel, legendary Tunnel. We missed the Tunnel.
Yes, we did.
They used to sneak all kind of knife cutters underneath their tongue, doing all kind of slick shit to try and get around Van and Dave. Wasn't slick, you know what I mean? We know what's going on in these streets.
Yeah.
But yeah, we so crazy and excited. And I think of all things that we're excited about, we want y'all to know how serious we take this franchise. We're always trying to figure out how to up the ante, how to take this all up, so that the fans stay intrigued, stay curious.
Sure.
So as controversial and crazy as it's been about Dominic Toretto turning his back on the family, we felt like the Fast and the Furious was long overdue for something disruptive. How do you become disruptive? How do you do something disruptive that can break it all up and then rebuild the puzzle? That's what being a mad scientist is all about. And sometimes when you're disruptive, people don't like it. And then at a certain point, they realize they like it. It goes back to the telephone pole. I remember when there was regular telephones, and then when they decided to add telephone poles, there was all these people boycotting, having an issue with everything that had to do with adding telephone poles. Then they went into Wi-Fi, and there was all this controversy and people voting and having issues. So every time you try and change something, people are going to always talk and be disruptive. Say you something else that was disruptive. Because we're in tune with the fans. We pride ourselves on diversity. But one thing that we were lacking in the diversity department wasn't about multi-ethnic. We were lacking diversity when it came to women. And wanting to have more women to have a stronger presence and be more involved in the cast, not just the one.
Letty and Nia have been repping it for so long
forever
by themselves,
right?
And we've been tacking on more dudes and more dudes and more dudes.
Right, more dudes, more muscles,
more fighters, more adrenaline junkies, and we needed to span out and start doing, bringing more. We've done successful in having Ronda Rousey. We had Gina Carano in 6 when we filmed in London. We pride ourselves on having some great female fight sequences, but I think on this one we needed to go so dark that we had to employ Oscar-winning actors to elevate everyone's game, right, to some degree. And I gotta say, when I was just on tour, I was hearing people say, this is their favorite Charlize performance. Did you hear that a couple of times?
Oh my God. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Charlize, from this point on out, is going to change every perception that you've ever heard about a beautiful woman. You see a beautiful woman, you'd be like, it's scary as hell too, because you never associate beauty with bad. And this performance scared the hell out of me, and I was on set while some of this was happening. But I mean, people are crying, people are emotional, they hate her guts because she did it. She did bad too good, and it's just crazy. We want y'all to know that we are actually under way more pressure to deliver on these movies than y'all could ever imagine, because it's not just about box office receipts. It's about how do we keep our fans that's been rocking with us for 15 years for Vin, 14 years for me. How do we keep y'all intrigued and excited about doing the Fast and the Furious? Some people would say, are y'all still doing these movies? Listen, let me give you a very...
They must not have been the true fans from the beginning.
Well, no, you know, I like to give examples.
Yeah, okay.
Right? I like to make it simple and plain, because while some people may say, y'all are still doing this for the money, let me make this very simple and plain. If you were in real estate and someone said to you that you can put $40,000 into a house and end up flipping it for $400,000, imagine somebody, after you've done 10 of them, imagine somebody telling you, why are you still doing real estate?
Well, you're
you're clearly doing something that actually makes sense. And it's not, again, it's not about money. It's about saying, how do you explain how the fans keep getting bigger, how the fan base continues to grow? How do you explain, well, you probably got to flip it around. Yeah, there you go. There you go. How do you explain the fan base that keeps growing? How do you explain countries and territories where you say, well, the first time we released it, it did this in the box office and had this type of traction. Sure. The second time, it got even bigger. And as something is growing, it means that you have a bigger fan base, bigger loved ones, and more importantly, I think we're all excited about the fact that people don't feel like this is a chick flick, but it's something that you can take your wife, your girl, all your kids with you.
Yeah. Your girl's gonna ask you to go to this one. It's so funny that you say that.
Yeah.
I landed into New York City last night after going on a world tour. A customs agent comes on the plane. It's a woman. And she says, I have to ask a question. I have to ask a question, and I promise the answer will stay here. It'll never leave the plane. And I'm thinking, okay, what is this? What could this customs agent be asking me at 4 in the morning? That's so serious that she has to come on the plane. And I said, what is it? And she said, is there going to be a 9 and 10?
Wow. We ain't even put 8 out yet. She's already asking about where do we go from here. Come on.
The way she said it was like, it reminds me of something that someone in Paris, in the first interview I did in Paris at Canal Plus, Canal Plus. Tyrese and myself was with Pablo when we were in a place called Marseille. And we were in Marseille, I believe, for Fast 6, or was it Fast 7? Fast 5.
Five.
We were in Marseille for Fast 5.
Yeah.
And this dude introduced me, this dude interviewed me at the time for the show on Canal Plus, a big station in France. And he was the first interview I did when I went to Paris. And you know what he said? He said, this is no longer a saga. It is tradition.
Yeah. Y'all grew up with us. And growing up with...
We feel that responsibility.
Oh, my God.
It's not a joke.
The pressure.
Tyrese has been in rooms where he's seen the stress, but months before we even greenlight, he sees me pacing back and forth.
Oh, this dude right here.
Trying to make it a reality, trying to come to terms with it, making that dangerous choice. He's heard stuff before the rest of the studios heard stuff, before there is a director, before he's I'm used soundboarding off Tyrese before there's a director, before anyone's involved, before there's a script given to anyone. When the concepts are laid out, the daring concepts. The daring concepts of
there's conversations. First of all, let me just make sure I go on the record and say that while we're having these conversations that are very uncomfortable at times, very stressful, very uncomfortable, I'm not just a part of the cast. I'm in these rooms, they're asking me questions, I'm in these rooms where conversations are happening, and these are some of the rooms that I don't even want to be in. Because some of these rooms, I'll be like, yo, hey man, I just want to get to the set and crack a couple jokes and have a little fun. How did I get in these rooms, man?
You've been in too long. You've been in too long. I can't let you do it.
But, you know, in brotherhood, you develop something that's very important, which is called trust. And in these moments of stress, in these moments where, you know, Vin just wants to open up and just talk about whatever it is he's thinking and feeling, he knows that he can trust me. He knows that I'm going to the grave with it. And that's why we've been rocking this long. And, you know, you see the t-shirt. You see what's going on. You see what's on our mind. You see what's happening. Some of y'all are interviewing us, and you're asking the question, what was it like shooting Fast and the Furious 8 without Paul? What I want y'all to know is that this has never been about shooting movies with each other. We miss our brother, independent of a movie set. Life is not the same without somebody that you love, adore, cherish, respect, honor. Like, there's a lot of bad people that wake up with bad intentions every day, and they're still alive. And we're talking about the nicest human being. Paul's voice, I've never even heard his voice go above a certain octave. That's how cool of a dude he was. So this is not about what is it like shooting fast without Paul. This is about what is life like. What is it like living without Paul being here?
That is so real. That is so real, Tyrese. That is such a real way to put it, because it is. He's right. He's probably one of the few people in the world that gets asked that question constantly. What was it like filming without Paul? That's not the question. What's 3 years been like without Paul? Not filming.
How does his daughter feel? How does his family feel? Happy birthday. Dad is not there. Like, how does it feel? As like we have the luxury of shooting a Fast and the Furious every couple of years. There's brotherhood, fellowship, friendship. There's play dates. There's energy and vibe that happens way more often than how often we actually get to shoot. And like right now, we just so happen to be in New York. Vin just got in town. We're here eating. This ain't got nothing to do with a movie that we're promoting. We do this in LA. This is like, we do this everywhere we go, and ain't got nothing to do with being on a movie set.
We're about to go buy sneakers.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, we on Facebook Live right now during our personal time. There's no Vivo, MTV, there's nothing happening here. This is just all love, because we just want y'all to know how much we love and appreciate y'all.
That's true.
And we got another brainchild over here, Mrs. Samantha Vincent. And she don't like cameras, but this is everybody. Y'all should know. This is, y'all know what's going on right here. We talking about One Race Productions. We talking about the day-to-day fight, hustle. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all real.
As real as it gets. We're gonna eat.
Yeah, how about that part? We don't want our food to get cold. We just wanted to tune in real quick, give y'all some love. Travel Grace has gotten us here. Just so y'all know, I'm on my way to Dubai and to Abu Dhabi, and hopefully I'll drop over in Qatar. We're gonna get some more movie premieres going. I'm trying to talk him into coming, but he's got a schedule that he's trying to rearrange so he can see if he can join me. But we want y'all to know we love you. We appreciate you wherever you are in the world. We do not take the 15 years even if you started rocking with us 2 years ago, we do not take your love for granted. And everything that we are doing from here on out is on behalf of our brother, Paul.
Believe that.
Period. Furious 7 was for Paul. Fast 8 is from Paul. Believe it. We love y'all.
Love.
Yeah.